This is how you change brakes on a stock Dana 60. Specifically, this is my 1989 GMC V3500. Start with this bolt over here. Then you need to knock out this piece. It's actually two pieces. Whatever chisel design you can come up with. Those two pieces are out. Look like that. Goes on top. After that, you pull your caliper out. In my case, I don't run this brake set anymore. You would tie it up normally. I'm just going to drop it out of the way completely. Now we got to take off the locking hub, the spindle nuts, snap rings to get this hub off, because the hub is held on. It's actually pressed on from these studs, so you can't just slide this rotor off. It's kind of a pain in the ass design. This is why I don't use part of it anymore. But take the locking hub off. Mine's a Torx bit. The Dana 60 in my Suburban is Allen heads, so you just got to kind of watch that. Not everything's going to be exactly the same, and I don't have all my bolts in because I don't run this brake set anymore. I just threw it back together to make a quick video. So, locking hub's off. After that, we can take, I'll just take the large snap ring out first. Take a flathead. Get it started, or two flatheads. Just work it around. That's off. There's another snap ring actually on the axle shaft, on the tip of it. That's off. And then you can take 1 or 2 year old bolts, pull the locking hub assembly internal out. You don't need to take off the Phillips head and take the internal cog out with a spring. After this, you need to take out the spindle nuts. Like I said, my stuff's all loose, so like that. It's gonna come apart a lot quicker. This is the stock spindle nut. I put that back on. I don't have my stage 8 in this video, but snap ring pliers, or actually magnet, kind of works better. Take the retaining washer out, and then the preload snap spindle nut next, and that sets the preload on the bearings. If you're going to put this back together in my stage 8 install video, you have to make sure that this pin is out on your very first nuts. For those of you that are running a stock setup and doing your brakes, this pin is out. That locks into one of those holes, and then it jams together. If you don't quite understand it, watch my stage 8 install video in a little better description, but you have to make sure that pin's out so you don't snap it off. After that, it's pretty simple. This little piece will come off. Watch out for your bearing to come out with it. And now you have your whole assembly off. And in this case, your studs are pressed through the back side here. They're shouldered studs and they're pressed in. Some people use them, put them in a press. Some people hit them out with a hammer. I have an air chisel. Kind of depends on how you guys want to do it, but that's the stock brake removal. So I'll knock out the hub to show you guys how that works. So to get these out, I just knocked one out by accident. You can use a hammer, hit your studs out, which is going to probably damage most of them. Put something on them. A lot of people put them in a press, which doesn't really do any damage because it's slowly putting pressure to it. These studs are junk, so I don't really care. Or in my case, what I did back in the day was I used old lug nuts, put them on top, and then knocked them out like that. It makes it a little easier. My new lug nuts for my new wheels are splined and a little nicer, so I can't, I'm not going to do that to those. But that's how you do it. And then you pull your hub off. Now you have basically reverse this whole setup, swap in a new rotor. Then you'd press your studs back through the rotor. And that would be how you change a stock Dana 60 brake setup. Pretty easy.